you one of those people? You
What?
take your birthday off of work?
Sometimes. Just depends.
Dude, I haven't had. We're started, by the way. I don't
Yeah.
know
Are we
if
recording?
You can do. You didn't
We,
start your clock.
we're recording.
You didn't start your clock, Brandon.
Good
I don't
call.
know if you- we'll go to 29 minutes, I guess.
That's fair.
But yeah, I haven't celebrated my birthday. Like I've celebrated my birthday, but I haven't had like a birthday party. I don't think since I was 13, probably.
I get that. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have like
fair.
parties or anything.
I tell my friends, like, hey, I'm going out this day at this bar. Just if you want to
kick it if you
drinks.
like.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's what I do.
I always do the same thing on my birthday. I just go to fucking what's that bar I like? Plank
Funhouse.
Plank.
Plank.
Tavern.
Okay, yeah, I like
Oh.
planks.
I do like Funhouse. It's closed,
Funhouse
and
is
I feel displaced.
It's closed.
They're remodeling. It's been closed for a
Oh,
month, and I don't
yeah.
know where to drink after comedy. I know how like people who's like had their like land stolen from them feel, and they just like don't have a home and they don't know where to go. It's like
The Trail
Yeah.
of Beers,
yeah,
if you will.
I get it. I understand the plight of the Native Americans a little bit more.
Yeah, that's
That
the
my
exact
favorite.
same thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Not my favorite part.
They drank on their
bars
land,
closed.
and then
Yeah.
now they can't drink on their land. That's really shitty.
I know how the Jews felt wandering in Egypt.
Okay,
when
all
they
right.
got kicked
Well,
out
let's-
of the Holy Land.
That's a bit
But that's
far.
a Bible reference.
But do you take off work for your birthday? Would you take off?
If it's available.
I get that.
Um,
It's not like, yeah, I didn't have like a party or anything. I just figured, hey, I got some spare PTO and I could
birthday
just
princess.
sleep in and be birthday princess. I always go
Yeah.
to that Soho Chicken and Whiskey place in Ohio
I
City.
still haven't had it. Is it
Dude,
good?
it's amazing.
What do you get there?
It depends. They've got a few
Chicken and
different
whiskey.
things. Yeah, I mean, their options are pretty slim. But like, they have a sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich, and it's got like peanut butter and bacon on it. It's really good.
That does sound good.
Got that last time. It's like thick cut bacon, super good. And then
I don't know how I feel about peanut butter with like hot shit. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it, but I think I haven't had it because it sounds weird.
I think it
to me.
mixes because, like, you ever have Thai food? That's pretty
Yeah.
spicy, and they do peanut sauce.
a lot of peanut oil and stuff
yeah,
like that.
So I'm sure it's not horrible.
No,
I
Peanut
love
butter
Thai
goes with a
food.
lot of stuff because it's like a pretty bland, like not bland, but pretty like muted taste. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
know
I used to get a
words.
peanut butter bacon burger from this dive bar that used to be next to my apartment place and loved it. Eventually they
Huh.
86'd it off the menu.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like peanut butter on hot toast, but that's about it. You know, like I don't know.
I worked at a place that
Uh,
sold like a spicy peanut butter in a jar and it was delicious. It was
Okay.
So it does
good.
go well with spicy stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess they use peanut butter in a lot of Asian food, right?
That's what I just said.
Oh,
Thai food.
all right,
Man.
sure.
I said that like 30 seconds. ago.
Have you ever had the?
You fucking idiot.
Have you ever had the Campbell's Wicked Thai chicken and rice?
Fucking what?
Like
that sounds
soup?
amazing.
Like,
It's
is it
actually-
like one of those like bags?
It's
like,
actually pretty good.
I bet.
No,
I bet it's
it's just like one of the cans of Campbell's Chunky, but it's actually pretty good. I had it the other day.
I like the spicy chunky soups so much. Like
Yeah.
they got like a Nashville hot one that took me forever.
I always,
to
dude,
find.
I always go like
Yeah.
cream of mushroom.
The spicy
soup,
steak and
or, like,
potato is
Chicken.
bomb.
or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
But-
so what happened to you at work that you're all like pissed off about?
Oh, dude, it's
Talk
every
about
day. It's not like what happened,
What happens?
today. I have the most psycho coworkers
Yeah.
of all time.
Who watched this podcast apparently?
Don't you
One
work
of
in a,
them.
Don't you work in an office?
No, kind of. Like I work at a desk, but it's like with a bunch of blue collar people. I'm
Is it like a
right at the
factory, like
teeter
part
line.
factory?
Yeah, and I'm like the logistics guy, so I got to do like all
Oh,
like the,
yeah.
the
Is it-
international
all hate
customs
you.
documents and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, everybody hates the front office people.
Pretty much.
Are you like? Do you hear like the factory, like all like the buzzing and?
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
Like,
I get like the worst ends.
like
of
are you in
both.
like a closed space, or is like your desk like just above the floor?
He's
It's
like
not even, like,
he's like
above.
George Lopez in the TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like.
You're,
I'm actually George Lopez.
You live
Don't
with-
say that too loud. Ice is gonna get me.
You live with your wife and your kids and your bitchy mom for
Todos
some
por
reason?
la familia, man.
Yeah.
Todos por la familia.
Is that what
Um,
George Lopez did on the show?
He worked at like
He
an
was like a supervisor at a factory.
at like an
Yeah.
airplane part manufacturer or something
Yeah.
like that. It's kind of like that, but it's nuclear power plant parts. But no, there's this one lady that works with us, And we get free coffee. Like they have these weird little packets that go in this machine, and you get different
Are
kinds
you
or whatever.
explaining like a Keurig?
No, it's not.
We didn't know what a Keurig was.
It's not a Keurig. It's like it's like these little
Is it
tiny
little cups though.
No,
Is
they're
it
not
like-
cups.
Okay.
They're
all
like little.
right.
They almost look like tiny Capri Suns.
Oh, okay. So it is
Weird.
different. That is weird.
But I'm going somewhere with it. This
Gotcha.
lady, she's real shaky and she's just real nervous all the time. Like anytime a forklift comes anywhere near her, she like dives out of the way, like that guy in the beginning of Tommy Boy when he's like running down the hallway. You remember
Yeah,
that guy? He's
yeah.
like, "Ah."
Like she thinks she's gonna get run over.
Oh, it's the most traumatic shit of all time.
and it's like it's not even near you, bitch.
Yes. But her biggest pastime right now is to take all of the coffee shop blend out of both break rooms and then go like hide them in her desk and like lock her desk, and she just does that every day.
And you have to go up there and be like, "Can I have some coffee?"
No, we all just sit around and we're like, "What the fuck?" And then none of us do anything about it because I don't know, we're worried she might like kill herself or something. I have no idea.
Why does she do it? It's like for everybody. It's not.
That's
for-
what we say.
Is she like a supervisor? Where
No.
It's like she's just like a regular Joe.
Yeah, and like the head guy
What a
in the
fucking
company, right? The head guy in the company told her to knock the shit off, and she just never has.
Does she steal them?
I mean, I guess I don't
So
know what
let's
else she
get
does
back to
with
this
them.
coffee machine. Is this like Keurig before Keurig? Like
Or
what
like
the
a
fuck?
I don't
knockoff
know.
Keurig?
Yeah.
You
Where
would
it's
think
like
a
they can't. They don't have the patent for like the little
They
cups.
couldn't-
I want to know, like, what is it cheaper than the Keurig, or like,
Or
what's the
It
deal?
has to be.
Or
It
they
has
were
to be.
trying to probably pull something like, "Oh, ours is better for the environment because their little packets are biodegradable. They're not like the plastic
Maybe,
cups."
but they
Yeah,
do make
cups are-
biodegradable Keurig cups.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
was
say,
thinking
shouldn't they?
They're
They should
not-
probably
it like
be.
didn't work out.
They're
for
not
them.
as good though. I will say that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because they get stale.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Mm.
because they're,
They're
like
not as fresh.
the
They're not
bottom of
sealed.
them is almost like a coffee filter,
Yeah,
and so like they come usually if you buy like the cheap ones they don't, but if you buy good ones they come in like a resealable bag,
Mhm.
okay,
but they still get stale, dude. It's not.
it's so weird.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Plastic is always like better and more convenient. Like I hate the plastic bag ban at like grocery stores now. And they just give you a fucking paper bag and I'm like, the fuck am I? This is gonna rip
Yeah.
dude.
Easily,
Like,
yeah.
There's
If I-
no
yeah.
handle on it. I feel like an asshole
The ones
like-
with the handles are even worse because those
because
just
those just
break
tear
off immediately.
Yeah.
Like, why did you even?
Like,
go
can I just get a
outside?
fucking
then-
plastic bag, dude?
And then like the reusable Keurig cups or whatever, they're plastic. So it's like you're still boiling water in plastic, which isn't good for you. You know what I mean? Like
I've
yeah.
never gotten like a coffee ground free cup of coffee from one of those reusable.
yeah,
cups.
it's impossible.
You're always
No.
just gonna have like that
No.
gritty coffee grounds on the back of your teeth, and you're
Yeah,
like,
I
you're like,
don't
"Ah."
like Keurig coffee, but I use it every day because
It's
it's so convenient.
it's way too
yeah.
convenient.
It's so easy. It's just like I don't have to do. Even though like
yeah.
really making like a pot of coffee isn't that hard. You just put the filter.
No, but you're
in.
wasting coffee then.
Oh, easily,
You know,
yeah.
like I'm not gonna drink a pot.
Oh, like a whole pot
Yeah.
of coffee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
mean,
same way.
you can get like a French press, but that's a pain in the ass.
That is a pain.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that every morning,
Right,
At like
yeah.
5.
Dude, my brother does because he loves French press
That's
so
psychotic.
much.
I respect
Yeah.
the game, man. Like to start your day off with
Yeah.
Don't
that,
you have
it's
to like
probably
heat
tight.
it up on the stove and like wait for it to boil and stuff?
I think you heat the water.
Yeah,
up
you just
You
first,
heat
heat
the
the water
water,
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
and then pour that
yeah.
in, and then you press the thing on top, and it separates.
Yeah,
They're delicious for sure,
Yeah.
but like, goddamn,
I don't think I've ever really.
But
had
also
French press
with
coffee.
that,
is there a
there's always some
difference?
coffee grounds in it.
Yes.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Even if you have like, maybe if you have like the most expensive French press,
Like
but I've never had one that didn't have coffee
I
grounds.
think
in
that's
it.
like part of it, dude.
before like the
Yeah.
diner style coffee makers, was that just an accepted thing when you drank coffee? You were like, half of this
Yeah.
is just gonna be like sand, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, and well, because probably before that, coffee was probably like a huge luxury. Too.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I saw Starbucks is doing like sit down coffee again, so you can like basically you can like get free refills if you stay there. Basically,
That's weird. Normally the objective is to get
Yeah.
your ass out of there.
yeah.
so
yeah,
that
it's
the
like
next person-
dine-in coffee. I think they're calling it or something.
Like, what do you mean,
or-
like on anything though? Even if I get,
I don't know if
like,
it's unlimited free refills, but I think it's like no, I think it's just the coffee.
So if you
Like,
get
it's not like
just
a-
coffee,
yeah,
it's
like
it's
if I
not
get
like
an
a-
iced coffee, I still have to buy like a new iced coffee, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that counts. I think it's just not like the.
I can't get like the
Frappuccinos
frappuccino,
and
maki, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck your
Yeah.
monthly thing is.
But I don't know. I have to look it up because I just saw it advertised today that they're starting to do that.
I wonder why.
You
Like,
read
what's
it
the
wrong,
goal?
and I just go to Starbucks. I'm just like, give me the free
I
coffee.
mean,
You can't discriminate
You
against
can't.
me.
This is fucking bullshit.
I think it's them trying to like pull back on the whole like people hate Starbucks because it's corporate, like make it feel
And
less
that they,
corporate.
like, bust unions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
and,
I think that's
fire
just
people.
them trying to make it
Yeah.
feel less corporate.
Be like, yeah, look, dude, you get free refills right now. Sure,
And I think it's in a mug, I think, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
sure. None of our
yeah.
workers have health insurance, and like,
Yeah.
we pay union busters. and
Because
stuff.
that's like what I want to go sit down in a coffee shop is I want them to give me an actual mug.
I'd prefer that.
You know what I mean?
if
'Cause
I'm going to be
it's-
there a while.
Coffee
Yeah.
just tastes better out of a mug. I don't know. It's
Well, you get that if you go to like local
yeah.
cafes.
Some of them,
Yeah.
still don't, dude. A lot of them still.
That's a
Yeah.
staple. Like, that's kind of messed up if you don't get
yeah.
like a mug at least. If you're actually sitting down to have coffee,
I mean, who the fuck am I getting? I usually get iced coffee, anyways. I'm like,
that's unbelievable.
dude, I do like unless the only time I drink hot coffee is at home. I don't know why. It's more convenient, I guess, to get iced coffee.
I only drink
Tastes
iced coffee.
better. I don't like. I'm not a big hot drink guy.
I drink black coffee. I just do regular black coffee unless it's summer. Then it's like
See,
I kind of have no choice.
in the summertime, I don't even make hot coffee at home. I just go to
Yeah.
Dunkin' and get iced coffee or
Right.
whatever. Which, goddamn it, Dunkin' sucks. But
Yeah, they do.
it's the only place around here.
Yeah, I think Starbucks is better than their iced coffee at least.
I mean, the best is like the little coffee shops down on Front Street, but they're fucking not open on Sundays.
Oh,
Like,
of
why
course not.
would a coffee shop not be open? Like that's got to be your biggest day of the year,
I
you
would
know, or
think.
your the week. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people getting out
maybe.
of church and going to get coffee and shit or whatever. Like that's got to be your busiest day.
Yeah, I like
Like-
I like that Nervous Dog place. Have you been there?
Yeah, I love Nervous Dog.
Nervous
Where's
Dog's really
that?
tight.
There's
Was
one in
it Hudson
Stowe.
or something like that?
Oh, it's like a
Yeah.
chain. I'm not a big coffee drinker.
I love
I'm a
coffee.
fiend for coffee.
Yeah. I would drink like if I'm off work for a week, I'm probably drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah, it's usually about my average.
Yeah, but when I'm working, I just do 1 in the morning. That's it.
That's weird.
Why?
You would think it'd be reversed.
Yeah.
Because I have more time to like go get coffee or
Oh.
you know.
Like,
Well-
are you drinking 3 to 4? Like, are you going to Starbucks 3 or 4 times? Or are you drinking just like?
I'll
made
drink
coffee?
like a hot coffee in the morning and then I'll go get like an iced coffee from Dunkin' and then if I feel like another one, I'll go have another one. But an iced coffee from Dunkin' is like fucking 3 coffees.
Yeah,
You know? Like
yeah,
it's
There's espresso usually, and
Yeah.
about like 3 pounds
Yeah.
of sugar and
I just
syrups
hate-
and grossness.
I just hate that you can't get one later in the day because they keep it in like the pitcher. So it's like
So it's like gross.
yeah, so it's like stale by the
Just
end of the
sitting
day. or-
around
yeah.
all day. Oh my god!
Like they don't make a fresh batch.
Right.
They only make one batch, like in the.
I don't
morning.
know. That's what it tastes like.
I would, yeah, I would assume they would make like one at lunch or something.
See,
It's
to
kind of their
me,
thing.
McDonald's iced coffee is like 3 out of every 4 times I get it, it's good.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Dunkin's iced coffee is like 1 out of every 4 times. Like it's,
How's the service at that Dunkin' though? That's what I'm curious about. The coffee's one thing, but like
I mean, the one over here is pretty quick.
the one by me is insane. Like it's every time I've gone, they mess up something, they don't have something. You know?
Well, that's the only time. That's the only time McDonald's fucks up my coffee.
This is when they don't
If
have
they
something
like
or-
forget something. Like
Oh
it's-
yeah.
But like sometimes Dunkin' will do everything right and it still tastes like shit.
Ooh, that's even worse.
You know, like it's just like tastes like it's stale or something. Like
Yeah.
it's,
I feel bad coming down on them so hard all the time because they're like 15-year-olds all working
Yeah.
at this. Like,
dude. But I
place.
get like when people like jump through a drive-through or
Yeah.
something. Like I get that anger. I just
Yeah.
don't let myself rise to that level. You know
get
what I
that
mean?
mad?
Like, huh,
You get that mad.
dude? When I don't drink sugar in my coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to McDonald's so much in the morning for coffees that I have the little code thing, and they know what my coffee order is. It's iced coffee, a little bit of cream, no sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and when I get it and it has sugar in it, it takes everything I have in me not to throw it at the fucking window. Like it is,
You're that mad,
dude.
That's
yes.
some 17-year-old kid
Because
who
I'm
doesn't
on my
give
way
a
to
fuck.
work. Like I can't like go back in because
Mhm.
I'm gonna be late to work if I do. So I'm just like stuck with this shitty coffee that I don't want. And it's like, it just ruins your morning, you know? Like it's like a ritual to get your coffee every morning, and when somebody fucks it up, it does ruin your morning.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I would
totally
never
get it.
throw my cup of coffee at the window like some people would.
No matter how much they deserve it.
Yeah, but I really fucking want to sometimes. Like, it's...
And I had to, like, one time I was at a Dunkin' and I forget what I ordered, but I ordered it through the app, and the guy was just like, "Oh, we ain't got donuts," and I was just like, "Well, that's wild." All right, can I just get
donuts?
Yeah, right. And I was like, "Can I just get a refund?" He's like, "There's no manager here. You're gonna have to like come back tomorrow and get a
What?
refund."
Dude, fuck you, dude.
And that's
Wait,
why-
they didn't have any donuts at all?
No donuts, no manager to give me the refund for the
What
donuts.
time was it?
Like 7 p.m.
Oh, well, okay, I can understand why they didn't have donuts at 7 p.m.
They were open till like 9 or 10 or something like that.
No, they should have
Yeah.
some donuts. They're
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
but I mean, like, dude, they could have just ran out. I thought it was like in the morning.
I'd even be fine with that. I'd be fine if they ran out and they were like, "Well, we'll give you a refund."
'Cause they're not
since-
gonna make like a new batch at like 7.
Dude, their
p.m.
donuts suck too. Like
They're
I
not
haven't had
bad.
their donuts
they're bad, dude.
in forever. Their breakfast sandwiches aren't that good.
I love
No.
apple fritters, right? And I got an apple fritter from Dunkin' one time. I'd never had one before. And I get it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's just like a donut with cinnamon crumble on top with apple jelly inside. I'm like, this is not an apple fritter.
No, it's the most like processed garbage.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know if it's nostalgia. I feel like they used to be good. Like I remember them having like a ridiculous list of donuts and getting like blueberry, lemon, whatever the
No, you
hell.
were just
or-
a kid and you had a donut.
Yeah, maybe that's
Yeah,
just
they're
the
just
nostalgia.
like even
of-
they're like blueberry glazed and shit. They're just pretty standard. Like it's nothing special.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Maybe that's
But
just the nostalgia taking over.
the best donuts I've had, and it's weird that I like donuts because I don't like cake, but
That is weird.
I do like donuts. The best donuts I've had is Erie, PA has like a super nice Krispy Kreme. Like it's like they have like it's fucking awesome. Like it looks like a brand new
What?
Krispy Kreme, and their donuts were amazing.
I gotta check
Yeah,
that
that's
out.
where I got a Krispy Kreme cup that like changes colors when it heats up. The Krispy
Like,
Kreme
fresh
is
Krispy
like
Kremes are really good.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Krispy Kreme is like in my family because it was like one of my mom's first jobs, and her cousin married the daughter of the owner of the like Akron Krispy Kremes.
Oh wow,
So yeah, it's,
So John's gonna inherit.
he's Krispy Kreme
the-
royalty.
Yeah, he comes from
No,
the Krispy Kreme
everybody
pedigree.
everybody
Krispy
that
Kreme
I'm
King?
Yeah.
KKK.
Well, he looks like a Krispy Kreme kid.
Everybody I'm related to has sold all of their shares of Krispy Kreme. So
Damn,
Yeah.
what happened? Did like
I
was it,
don't
like,
know.
A lawsuit
I think
or
it was just a
something?
retiring thing.
Oh.
Like just retired and sold their shares. I think.
The,
I love their
the
coffee.
CEO came out and he said a lot of stuff about certain minority groups.
No,
to
that's
step
not
down.
Krispy Kreme.
That's
dude.
right when
Yeah.
they sold the stock.
Yeah,
Krispy
it's-
Kreme.
they're-
Krispy Kreme's from
stock
North Carolina.
tanked.
There's no racists in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
Not
are
one.
they really?
Yeah.
Why did I think they were from Columbus?
I thought they were from Akron because I thought the one on Maple Street was the original, but it's
There's
not.
like a factory or something in Ohio, right?
Is there? I didn't know.
I
that.
mean, Maple Street makes a lot of
The Krispy Kremes.
donuts.
Because
yeah.
everybody says like you got to get fresh Krispy Kreme.
The
So I'm not
only
an idiot
one
for thinking it was in Ohio. So
No,
you
the
thought that
only
too?
one, yeah, the only one I know of that still has like the hot glazed donuts is the one on Maple Street in Akron, and the one in Erie, PA. But
Well, yeah, because
That's
their
wild.
company tanked after the CEO said all that stuff.
I don't think
That's what
that's
happened.
true.
No, he made some really
Huh.
crazy. There was accents and stuff. It was wild. It was nuts.
I would like to see this. I would like
Dude,
to see
you
this
know,
video.
talking about coworkers doing bad things is you
Yeah, we kind
probably
of went off on a tangent.
Yeah,
there.
It was
yeah.
a solid
Fucking
tangent.
I don't
though.
know how we
coffee
got where
for
we got.
20 goddamn minutes.
Because my lunatic coworker won't let me have coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
you guys have probably seen this going to a bar before. But the worst thing I've ever had in a coworker is when I was a bartender and the other bartender would just like stand there and talk to people.
Oh,
and
not
so-
do anything.
Yeah, and so like you had to like wait on the rest of the bar basically, and it's like yeah, our job is to talk to people, but like
There's a
It's
line.
also you have to move and do
pay
stuff,
attention.
too.
Yeah.
No,
it's-
I've seen that as a frequent
Yeah.
bar goer. I hate it when the bartender, you've been waiting for like 20 minutes, and the bartender's just talking to like the regular like barfly creep. Like,
Yeah, dude, it drives me nuts more now than it did whenever I was working. Because I see it happening and it like gives me a flashback and I'm like
Right back to where
"Fuck
you
that."
were.
Yeah. Like such bad service. The worst is and they have great food and everything, but the worst service I've ever had at a bar is the basement in Cuyahoga Falls. We went there for like a UFC fight one night.
Yeah,
or
I was gonna
whatever.
say that's the only time I've been there, and the service seemed fine.
I went there for the Tyson and or no, I went there for the Stipe fight, the last fight that he was in. And dude, it was so bad. Like that happened.
were they busy?
They were busy, but like there weren't that many people that needed drinks, so it
Mhm.
pissed me off even more. That like this dude was just standing there talking to these three people at the corner of the bar for literally like 15 minutes, and I'm just like waiting for a drink. Like, dude, what? Like that night was so irritating because I also had two like dudes that were just yelling about politics right behind me. And at one point, the dude next to me turned around and looked at those dudes and was like, "Can you guys shut the fuck up? We're just trying to watch the fight.
Right.
Like, we don't want to hear this bullshit."
Well, you know what? I'm glad you had a bad night that night because I invited you out to Lakewood to go out with me, Mickey, and Flem, and you were like, "No, I'm
Yeah,
staying
it
back
was
here."
the weather was terrible.
No, it wasn't that bad. For this, yeah, he fought John Jones, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't that bad.
It's also like a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
That sucks.
it
I
was like
bet.
pouring down raining.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it was raining really hard.
Yeah, and
Well,
and if I'm not booked
maybe
on
by
a,
you.
if I'm not booked on a gig in Cleveland, I'm not driving to Cleveland in shitty driving weather. Like
I
it's
get
just
that.
not, you
There's
know.
too much that can go wrong.
I also invited you out that night,
Yeah.
and you fucking ditched me. You guys
I don't
ditched
remember
me.
what I was doing.
Or if I have tickets for
You
something.
were like, I don't know,
you know?
fucking ruining my life, quitting comedy by getting married.
Yep, that's exactly what I did that night.
Fucking just listening to my wife.
Yep.
Just chew me out. Just nag me to death.
It's full blown married with children now.
Mhm. Yep.
That's just how
You
it
guys
is.
are gonna
I'm
have
at
to.
O'Neill.
You're gonna have to upgrade to a house, dude.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Working on that.
Do you just come in like exhausted from work and you're like, Haley, like how like Al Bundy comes
Yeah.
in?
My coworker took all the coffee.
He takes all the coffee.
You know what's the worst behavior than that, though? I don't know why this drives me nuts. There's no real reason this should drive me nuts. But whenever I bring food in to eat in, like, the lunchroom, people, like, blue-collar workers are fucking obsessed with what you brought to eat.
Oh, every time.
They gotta know.
Dude. I work at a factory. I know.
Yeah.
Every day.
And
Oh,
it's
like,
way
what you got
worse.
there?
Yeah, I do it too. I
Mm,
just
looks
found myself
real
doing
good.
it too, dude.
And you're like, bro, it's
Dude,
the
I'm
Subway is right over there. Like, you can go get the same
I'm
thing I got.
so glad I work remote. Sometimes the only reason I miss the office is the first time I worked at my company that I work for. I made really good friends at the office, and we all sat together, and that was like fun because we all just like bullshit, and everybody in that office was pretty chill. But when I worked at AAA in Avon, Ohio, and I want that place to burn down, dude. This lady, this fucking cunt, and I say that 'cause she was a cunt. I never brought a lunch, and then she would just like start because she was like older than me. She was like in her 50s. I think she had kids similar to my age, and she was like, "I'm kind of his work mom." She would just start saying that, and then just ask me to like get her stuff, and I'd be like, "No," and then my manager would be like, "No, but you're still learning. You have to get like when she has clients, get them pamphlets so you can learn." My manager was also from communist Poland. She like grew up in like the USSR or whatever.
Nice.
And she was a fucking cunt too. When you would do those like anonymous, like rate my manager surveys, and they're supposed to go to like HR and they're supposed to be like anonymous and whatever, she would read them and then hold whatever you said about her against you and like passively aggressively like bring it up. And I was like, of course she thinks that's appropriate. She grew up in communist Russia or
Yeah,
whatever.
this was never going to
She's
be a
used
secret.
to getting like the mail read and stuff.
Yeah.
She like doesn't believe in that because she's a gross commie, and she sucked. She was like kind of hot though, and she would always dress like a whore. She'd wear like thigh high leather
Jesus Christ.
boots, and I was like, this is very inappropriate for an office. But this lady, she would always call me like her. Like she's like, I'm like your work mom. You should pack a lunch. I was like, lady, I'm 30 years old. Can you not tell me how to like live my life? I'm like, fuck you. And then when I quit, I put in my I didn't put in my 2 weeks yet, and this lady had quit, and there's only 3 of us in the department, so this lady would have had to do like all the work. She was like, I know you went on an interview the other day. Just tell me I'm not gonna be bad. I was like, yeah, I'm like probably gonna leave. I went on an interview. It went really well. She told my manager and like wrote like a letter to my manager, and then my manager was like, are you leaving? And I was like, I don't know yet. I didn't get an offer, so like I lied, and it was like a huge fucking thing. This fucking dumb cunt betrayed me.
Super professional. Super professional.
So unprofessional.
I mean, she didn't betray you. It sounds like she never liked you in the first place.
Yeah,
Good point.
Yeah, she was awful. I never liked her. Her name is fucking Rhonda, and I hope her kid gets fucking run over by a car.
Jesus, dude.
All right.
Yeah, but that's fucked up. She was like, I know you went on an interview, and I was like,
It's kind of
no, I had a doctor's appointment. She's like, you're wearing a nicer shirt than you usually wear. I was like, fuck, fine. I went on an interview.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. And then she told my manager. My manager got like really mad at me. But I didn't have the offer yet, so I didn't know what to do. So I was like, no, I'm not leaving. I don't know what she's talking about.
Dude, the commenting on food thing, like I don't bring bananas or hot dogs or any dick-shaped items to work.
Just because you know.
Because of
people make those jokes.
Dude.
They're children in blue-collar environments, man. It's the weirdest shit.
I mean, when somebody breaks out a sausage, you just see, like, all of these people just, like, smiling at each other and shit. And, like,
are you fucking kidding me?
It's a real thing.
Yeah. Like,
I deal with the same shit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude.
Sucks.
Yeah. I'd like to have a sausage at work every now and then, you know?
Mind your business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are you so worried about my food situation?
Yeah, really fucking
really selling
double
it.
down.
Just so they
look
get
them
it
in
all
the
out.
eye. Make them so uncomfortable they never bring that up again.
It's always the worst. Like, I get asking somebody if they got something that looks dope and you know that they got it from somewhere in the area, and you're like, I would like to also partake in that. Where'd you get that, buddy? That's way different than just like, they look at the bag and they're like, Chipotle. And you're like, yeah, dude, it's right fucking there. Go get your own Chipotle.
Yeah.
Why are you ogling like eyes popping out of your head over Chipotle?
No, it's not
That's
that. It's just
insane.
them just being condescending, being like, you should pack your lunch every day.
Would you bring me?
I
swear to God, I'm going to shoot the next person that does that.
Did you bring enough for the rest of the class?
My boss's son, like, I teed off on him last time he did the "Would you bring me" thing. I kind of like yelled at him a little bit. I was like, "Oh, love that joke. Definitely don't hear that every time I eat anything in the building, dude."
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
In a place where everyone eats lunch.
Yes.
How old is this guy?
Oh, he's not even that old. The dude that
like your
my
boss's
son, he's probably like 35, 36.
Oh, so he's around your age.
Yeah,
Oh, the worst thing in a coworker is being a comedian and them just like not having anything to talk about, so they're just like, you still doing that comedy thing?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's like my life,
dude.
I like it's.
You ever heard that guy Martin Lawrence before? And you're like, go fuck yourself, man. Like,
yeah.
No, talk about shitty coworker behavior. I work remote, so I don't talk to any of my coworkers because it's all like I am. People keep doxing me, and it's like people I've had very little contact with will just be like, "Oh, dude, I saw your I saw your comedy clips." And I'm like, "Fuck, what did I say that you're gonna report this
you're
to?" Like,
definitely gonna say
HR.
Jimmy thinks that the Muslims pray wrong. And
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
Sure the fuck enough.
This one dude, he found my submission tape. Because that's the only thing I have on my YouTube page, which I thought was private. He was like, dude, you were hilarious. And I was like, oh, that's cool, Hakeem. I've never talked to you once. And then this other guy was like, yeah, I saw your roast battle. It was when I roasted Bob. And he was like, oh, when you said that joke about the 600-pound sisters, I lost it. I'm like, well, I'm glad this is positive. But I know people talk about me behind my back because I told one lady. And now everybody knows.
Yeah.
fuck you.
They all talk about it because it's the only thing.
Yeah, it's all old
They have
ladies.
nothing else.
Yeah, I work with. I'm like the youngest person there.
But talking
30
about
years.
the comedian thing, dude, the worst is I don't know if you guys have had this, but it's not a coworker. But my mom, I showed this
family. Yeah,
I showed this text to Jimmy and Bill one night at Easton. My mom texted me and said, "Hey, me and your dad just watched the new special from Kevin James. He's really funny."
You're like,
And I
I
was
hate
like,
you so much.
I was like, God damn it, dude.
my parents always try to be like, "Yeah, so Sebastian Maniscalco," and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's funny
No,
Yeah.
I
at
got
all.
I got a coworker.
Do your
that
parents
does
love
that.
Sebastian Maniscalco? Because you're
Yes.
Italian, yeah, of course.
My mom loves any.
He is catnip to old people.
I mean, my
Yes, he
mom
is.
loves for sure anybody that's Italian, but she loves any clean comic.
Oh,
Basically.
really?
Yeah, like loves Nate Bargatze, which that's the only one we really have in common. You
Yeah.
know, like
My parents have just like because my mom keeps seeing like articles written about him, and then he's doing like the new he did that like Christmas and like New Year's thing on like CBS or whatever. She's like, "Who's that guy?" I was like, "Oh, he's really funny," but they won't like look him up, and I'm like
oh, they've seen
You're
all of
gonna
his
keep-
specials.
bringing up shitty comics that I don't fucking care about.
And...
That's and they don't know his last name. They can't say Sebastian Maniscalco's last. They keep forgetting it, so they
Yeah.
just keep going. That Sebastian guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Great.
fuck. Like you don't
Dude,
even know his name.
One of my favorite jokes of the year was Gary Veter in a special when he was talking about his kid starting. He said his first word was "dada," and he's like, "But every word to him was everything to him was dada. The sky was dada. The blah 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 was dada." And then he's like, and then I asked him who his favorite comedian was, and he said Sebastian Maniscalco. It's such a good bit, dude.
That's very funny.
I love Gary Veter, but
Is that are we?
yeah, I think we're about done. What are you gonna do about this lady stealing coffee though? We
Yeah,
need to have a
confront her. Don't be a
conclusion
pussy.
to this.
No,
Like,
my-
can we please have the coffee?
The guy with like the most
Stop
authority
stealing
in the
it.
place was like, "Stop stealing coffee," and she was like, "No!" Like he sealed her at the fucking Mordor when they were like, "Throw the ring in," and he was like,
Well,
"No."
what
It's
you
like
got to
she does.
do, what you got to do here is figure out when the coffee is delivered, and then you lock it in your drawer
Yes,
before she gets the chance.
Oh, that's
to.
way better than I was gonna say.
I was just gonna booby trap the coffee.
I
She's
was-
very shaky and startly, like I said. You
Yeah,
know?
oh, dude, just pop out and scare her.
So like,
Just
like
come around
confetti.
the corner and just be like, "Ah!" when she
When
does
she's
it.
like
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
the coffee, just come up and
Yeah.
hit her with a tow motor.
Be like, "What are you
Yeah,
doing?"
like-
Yeah, dude. Have like a big air horn,
You'll.
and when she does it, just go. "Mm."
It's always the worst because she's like way on the other end of the place, and if you have a forklift or anything and you're driving, she'll see you from like deep and then just like hit you with like the lowered knees like she's some kind of athlete.
Like doing like, "Oh, what are we doing?"
You're like,
What are we-"
woman, you're like 70. If you dove anywhere, you would
You're gonna
die.
break your
Yeah.
stuff. Like, so she just sucks, and she's been there long enough.
I don't
Can't fire
think
her.
she's even been there that long. They just don't fire people at
Dude.
my job, especially just
Yeah,
for
'cause they
being a
need 'em.
psycho all the time.
Yeah, they
like,
need them.
They
need
love
'em.
that.
Dude,
Yeah.
old ladies kind of suck.
Yeah,
Old
a lot
white
of them
ladies
suck,
kinda
man.
Suck.
Unless they're
I
like
talk
old,
to a lot of them on the phone, and they're the worst.
like for work or like.
yeah,
just-
for work.
Okay,
They're all like admins, and they don't know how to use.
I was
the
concerned. I
internet.
was like, Jimmy's found another end of the spectrum to look for.
yeah, and they're just calling. They're just like, I don't know. And they just don't know any of the information for the trip. And I'm like, so where's he going? They're like, I don't know. And then they start reading like an email, and they start reading it out loud, and it's very frustrating.
Just imagine they started like the date and time
Yeah,
of the email, and you're like,
what do
listen,
you-
bitch. Like
and it's like they're not talking to you; they're just reading to themselves. They're like, hold on a minute. I'm like, all right,
Listen, this is what we developed AI for, okay? Like, I don't need you to do this shit.
can you please just know what you're talking about before you call in?
All right, well, we got to get out of here because Jimmy really wants. We got to do another episode because Jimmy really wants to talk about Hitler again.
Dude, that was
And,
just my
um,
topic. I don't know why you're so mad about it.
And no, we can do it.
I'm
And,
thrilled.
You're being fucking pissy about it.
no,
though.
we can do it. And
He has a bad attitude
no.
about it.
All right. Well, have a good attitude about watching the podcast and subscribe on YouTube. Tell your friends to subscribe on YouTube.
We're on Spotify and shit. Check
Nobody
us out on
cares.
Spotify.
Nobody-
There's one guy.
Nobody cares.
There's
Yeah.
one guy out there listening.
Michael Bowles, shout out. He's
Yeah.
the only guy listening to the audio version of the podcast.